Hey, Luther here. Today I've got a my riding lawnmower. I wanted to go over a repair that I made on there, and so I don't have a play-by-play of the repair itself, but that was only because it took a long period of time to get the repairs where I could use the lawnmower again. But let me just kind of go over what I got. All right, what I have is a Husqvarna Rider 155 articulating lawnmower. I bought this lawnmower back in like 2004, I think it was. It's been a great lawnmower. It's got the Kohler 15.5 horsepower engine. It's like a 42-inch deck. It sits out front. One of the things I like about it is because it rides on the ground. It's not suspended from the bottom of the lawnmower. It actually rides the ground. So it gives you a good cut, kind of like a push lawnmower. I've modified it a couple things here and there, put me some good lights on the front, but what I wanted to go over today was the drive belt for the deck itself, which is right here. I got the cover off of it from where I was working on it, but let me go over that right quick and I'll just show you kind of how this works here. So pardon the shakiness of the video, but let me show this how this works. So to get it out, you take these wheels and pop them over here. You've got the belt tensioner, the release. I've got this pin that you pull out, and you want to lower the deck down to its cutting position and then go all the way down to the lowest position. And then it's got this is like the lifting bar, and you just put it in its parking position there, and lift up on the deck just a little bit to get it in its parking. Hold on a second. Okay. Sorry about that. Got it down in its parking position. Take the actual V belt off of it itself, and then you're ready to pull the deck out, and it just simply pulls out when the belt doesn't get caught and stands upright. Okay, so that's another thing I like about it. That's with the deck in its out park position there, so you can service it. A very rare lawnmower. Hence part of the problem I had. So real quickly, so as you see my modified blade in here, but these blades, let me grab one of the new ones and one of the old ones. I'll show you what I got. So here's the blade, and as you can see, you see how much that blade overlaps each other? It does both of them that way. So while you're cutting, just think about how much you got overlapping the cut itself. You know, about where the barcode, you know, the blue label is down. So my problem was the timing belt. I've hit a couple sticks here and there. When you hit a stick, it wants to shear the pin. There's a pin that goes in here that keeps these blades perpendicular to each other on the shaft. And then you have this cogged or this timing chain belt that runs along these pulleys. Does a great job keeping everything in line. But the problem is that belt is obsolete now. $70, $80 belt, no longer made. Nothing else wrong with the lawnmower other than the belt. So after searching and searching and searching, every online supplier's out. Can't get it, can't make it, can't whatever. I'm forced with like, okay, do I need to buy another lawnmower? No, I don't really want to, because there's nothing wrong with this one. So I went to the hardware store, not hardware, Napa, and I found this, it's just a serpentine belt. The serpentine belt that's pretty close in size to the timing belt that was on here. And I ended up finding out that it wants to run better backwards. So the ribs part of it's to the outside and the flats to the inside. I don't know why, but that's the way it worked. And then I started playing around with the deck, the blades themselves. So my first thing, and oh yeah, this, let me show you this. This is what happens when one of those pins shear and the blades hit each other. It mutilates them. Not only does it mutilate them, it bends the crap out of them too. So since I have a bunch of used blades, I said, you know what, let me just take one of the ones that's pretty decent and cut it down. So I cut it down to size. As you can see, it's pretty close. What I found with this one is there's not enough cutting edge here, because that's all I was cutting with now at that point in time. And it was doing some cutting, but it wasn't cutting good. So I'm like, all right, now I need to get something that's got a better cutting surface. So I got me a bush cutter blade and sharpened the edge of it. And that was pretty sweet looking. But there again, it did not do real good. And it took, after the first try and the second try here, I figured out what I was missing was the kick up on the blade itself. The kick up is what sucks the grass up so you can cut it. So I found this one on Amazon. I just searched for a 12-inch lawnmower blade, came up with this, and I think it's actually for a Skag mower. It was 12 inches long. I cut a 1/2 inch off of either end. It had a 5/8 arbor hole, which is not big enough because this thing right here is larger. This is a 61/64. And so I took it to a local machine shop and had them machine it out to the right size. And now, as you can see, it doesn't matter which position the blades are in. And I've been cutting with it for probably about an hour now. I didn't do it all today, but I've been cutting with it off and on and getting great results with it. I'm not 100% back to normal, but I'm like 95% back to normal, which is good for me. I can live with that, because I really wasn't wanting to spend the $3,000 to $6,000 or $7,000 for a new lawnmower when a $70 belt was all I needed. So I just wanted to put together a quick little how-to of what I've did to be able to get my lawnmower back up and running. And unfortunately, that's kind of where I'm at with this thing, because it's so old at this point in time. It's, you know, kind of getting a little obsolete on some of the parts. But like I said, it's a Kohler Command 15.5 horsepower. Great running lawnmower. Like I said, it articulates. So if you're not sure what that means, it means it pivots right here in the middle. So when you steer, it's pivoting, the wheels actually don't turn. And then it's a hydrostatic drive, so all the driving portion of it's in the back. So I hope this helps somebody or give somebody some ideas on how to repair something of their own that's obsolete locally. Now with these parts that I got between the serpentine belt and that other Skag blade that got on there, I should be in service. I do have, as you see, some new blades. I got a whole set of blades in there, so I got 3 brand new blades that I can use. This is one of the ones I was able to salvage it and put an edge back on them because they didn't get mangled up too bad. But and this Skag blade is really hardened. The machine shop was kind of fussing about ruining one of their bits, so gave him a little extra so he could run it to the sharpening place to get it sharpened. But all right, well, that's my how-to video on this, so thanks for watching.